Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we got a request by Jose, and I hope it's some salsa. I don't really know. In a minute, I'm going to explain you some words in Spanish, and we're going to read an email that Jose sent us. I wanted to thank him so much for the support. You know, I've been going through some difficult, harder times, just, mentally and just like physically, I guess. And this music always gets me in a great mood, Latino music, salsa, merengue, all this stuff. I just love it. I really enjoy it. So I wanted to thank you again and for supporting the channel. I really hope we build a community where in time people are going to go to the channel, come to the channel because of this music. And don't get me wrong, I do love my prog music. I love my rock, my metal, my classical music, my classical music, my fusion, all this stuff. I really embrace it and I love it. Just like there's something about this that just gets me going and gets me dancing. So it's a good time. So let's read here. So again, thank you, Jose, for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it. And, by sticking to your guns and by us, listening to more of this music, we might get more people on the channel that actually enjoy this. And I know it's not for everyone, but it is definitely for me. So today we have a song request, which is called El Jibaro y la Naturaleza, the Jibaro and nature. So we will explain those words. It says, hi, Nick, and some personal stuff. It says here we have El Jibaro y la Naturaleza is the song. The artist name is Bobby Valentin, and the album title is Afuera, which means outside. And this is from 1976. It says here the word Jibaro, pronounced Jibaro, means a small farmer or rural worker from Puerto Rico, especially from the mountains. I love Puerto Rico. I used to work in a bank and I used to take calls for Bank of America, and a lot of people would call in from Florida, from Hialeah, and from Miami. And the way and I'm not a Spanish speaker by birth, but I learned it in Mexico. So we roll our R, as we say, rico, puerto, all that stuff. Tu madre, el perro. And in Puerto Rico, they don't roll their R. Sometimes it's a k like that or a L. Like, for example, they say Puerto Rico. Bueno, Puerto, instead of Puerto, they say Puerto. And then Rico, I've never really said that they say Puerto Rico, but for example, they were like, oh, I lost my card. Perdí mi tarjeta. Instead of tarjeta, they say tarjeta. And that was really fun to, pick up. And, now I've heard it all. I've heard people from Argentina and from Cuba and from Venezuela, from Colombia, and it's all different. And we all have different words. They mean different things. And Mexico, of course, and then going to Spain, that was totally a different trip, to learn like the ancient Spanish, where they had a king with a lisp and the España, so they respected that, and that just became a thing, I guess. So I don't know if that's really true, but well, we'll go with that. Now it says here, so it would be something like the farmer and nature in English. The lyrics said about how things have changed for worse for farmers, but you wouldn't know when listening to the music. I know, because this music is always very upbeat and happy. Some people wonder why sometimes the lyrics in salsa are so sad in contrast to its lively music. The music is a way of coping with the reality expressed in the lyrics, similar to what blues music does. That's true. Totally. Thanks, Nick, for all your attention and kindness, and I wish you all the best to you, your family, and friends. Jose. Thank you so much. And we have a little, tamborcito to play the percussion, a flag, and a heart. I love you, man. Thank you so much, Jose. This is wonderful. Let's get on with it without further ado. a little bit of a longer intro, but hey, you know, when I know I'm getting into something, this is an album opener. Perfect. And Bobby Valentin, 1976, Afuera, Outside. We see a yellow, I think, New York cab. I think it is. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy, everyone. If you like this, you can get up and dance, you know. Bring your coffee, your cafecito, you know. All right, here we go. El Jibaro y la Naturaleza. The Jibaro and nature. Here we go.
Ya no se ve el humilde campesino bajar de la montaña por el camino. Ya no se ve el trapiche, el pilón y la maceta. No se ve la carreta, ni de pajas el bohío. Ya no hay aroma de caña y café. Y en la montaña el verdor no se ve. Todo se ha ido como esfumando. ¿Qué pasará? Me estoy preguntando. ¿Qué pasará? Me estoy preguntando.
He says, you know, that all this very local stuff is just disappearing. This is the 70s, and I even saw this living in Mexico, you know. The little tienditas, the little shops, the little salespeople, you know, making fruits and stuff, and beautiful stuff, coconuts, cutting coconuts right there on the street, and caña, you know, sugar cane, and all pepinos, you know, and they would just add like salt and chile, and, you know, for 50 centavos. It's all gone. Even the street tacos, it's hard to find, you know, it's just less and less. And so I get what he's talking about. It's just like the really humble people that do this, you know, they wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they sit there all day, you know, selling their stuff, and you just don't see it anymore. It's really sad. So this is a little bit of what's going on in these lyrics. Todo se ha ido como esfumando, like poof, you know. Me estoy preguntando, I'm asking myself, you know. So yeah, I get it.
Me estoy preguntando.
And even the nature.
Quizás tú sepas la causa. La naturaleza muere. Y el olor, y el olor, y el olor, y el olor, y el olor del cafetal. Óigame, compa y cubierto. Eso se está. La naturaleza muere. Y el jíbaro está llorando. Ya no se ve aquel trapiche, el pilón y la maceta, y la carreta con bueyes. Y de pajas el
Beautiful. It's so good. This music is so elaborate, so freaking like also hard to play. This might sound easy for you proggers and stuff, but this is not easy, man. The time signatures here are off the charts. All the harmonies that are going on, the horn harmonies, the harmonies that are being sung. La naturaleza muere. El Jibaro está llorando. Like that's in the background, the backing vocals beautiful, and all the horn section. That guitar was beautiful, steel strings, the bass, you know, and the rhythms. I mean, it's so rich, man. And it talks about all these. There's even words that I don't even understand, like boillo. With the accent, you have to be very careful with accents. That was something that Alexia told me, taught me throughout the years, and also where to apply them and stuff, because I never really learned that. I did take Spanish in school, in high school, but I kind of like skipped, you know, the accents. But it's where's the smell of coffee, you know, the nature. And it just, times are changing. And this is so crazy because it's 50 years ago. Imagine how it must be today. I always wanted to go to Puerto Rico. And I think once we get older, Alexa and I, we will retire definitely somewhere in a Spanish-speaking country. Like, definitely, you know, it's just different. It's the culture. It's not as stressful, you know. And it's not as fast. Life just slows down, and that's what I want. You know, when I'm older, I want to live in a society where it's just, you know, it's 30 years behind. Like, let's be honest, Mexico, for example, still feels, you know, I remember getting to Mexico from Munich, Germany, and I was like I had traveled back in time. You know, we got there in the mid 90s. And we felt like we were in the 60s, you know, like the cars and the pavement. And there is no pavement. There's only like cobblestone. I think it's called cobblestone. And now, obviously, it's, you know, a little bit different. But when we got there, there were like two, you know, in an entire city, there were like two stop signs or like one light, one like traffic light. And it was different, man. It was different from being, you know, in this beautiful, you know, very futuristic. I don't want to call it futuristic, but I mean, it is if you've ever been to Munich, not like the Marienplatz, but if you go outside and, you know, after the Olympic Games, the metro system they implemented there is just fantastic. And now that we went back, it's amazing, like what they've done with the city. Like, it's just so clean and beautiful, and the way it's laid out. So yeah, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico was different, but now I kind of like appreciate this. I appreciate living in, if I go into a third world country, if I would go right now to Puerto Rico or Argentina or Colombia, I wouldn't be shocked at all, because I know how different it is. I know how dirty it can be, and how it's just a different place, and the smells and everything is kind of like, you know, very improvised, and there's a certain beauty to this, you know. Okay, let's keep going. This is fantastic music.
La naturaleza muere y el Jibaro está llorando. Porque la linda tierra del Edén, la yaca con el gran Gautier, llamó la perla de los mares. La naturaleza muere y el Jibaro está llorando.
El piano. Wow, man, I love when he's like singing. Y todo aquello que tenía, and then la naturaleza, like the way they just take their cue into the lyrics. It's a beautiful thing to do because it is basically these harmonies, and they're going against the lyrics. You know, he hasn't really finished because he's almost like talking, and then la naturaleza muere. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Thank you so much. And it's also the lyrics here are so meaningful, you know. Wow, it's like a red. It's like I'm like completely red shirt, red screen. This was awesome. Thank you so much. This really like it's uplifting. I mean, all music lifts me up. Like yesterday, well, we went to see Get the Let Out, right? And then wonderful concert, a beautiful Led Zeppelin tribute band. They're just the best in the business. I mean, honestly, they're the best ones. The second time now we saw them at Red Rocks, and after that we had like a 40-minute drive home, 35, and I played some Liquid Tension. Oh man, because on the Liquid Tension albums there's also some really cool Latin influence sometimes by Jordan Rudess and John Petrucci, and that was also just fantastic. So I might, you know, pull Alexia aside and react to some Liquid Tension for you guys. But I have seen a very, you know, I've seen like a decline in views. Like people are, which is fine. You know, we've always said so. We don't really care about the views. I mean, it's nice when you make a video and it gets 10,000 views. It's just a nice feeling, like for everyone. If you post a picture on Facebook or whatever you use, Instagram, and people engage with that photo, you feel good. It's the same with the video. So I've just seen a decline in viewers, and I think it's also because what's happening right now. The country is just going through a lot on the news. It's very hectic. These are always very hectic, these times. And I get it, you know. So, but I hope that this can at least, you know, relax you a little bit, ease your mind off these things, and just, you know, try to be happy, try to think positive thoughts, you know, at least as much as you can. You know, the world is already such a difficult place. Try to stay away from social media. It's not good. I really honestly sometimes just turn my phone off. I don't get emails. I don't get updates. I don't get comments. I don't get nothing. I just want to live my day, grab my guitar, get through the day, have some fun, go for walks. You know, with Marley, I try to walk him at least 3 times just to get outside into the sun, into the air, stretch. You know, if you're over a certain age, do some stretching. It's very important. Try to do yoga. Just try to take care of yourself. Eat well, drink a lot of water, all that good stuff. I've just been doing that because I've really started feeling very, very bad, you know. So that has helped me. Again, thank you so much, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you, Jose, for being such a great supporter. Love you, man. Thank you. I'll see you all in the next one.